Three, two, one. Hi, welcome to the third episode of the TVR podcast. I'm Reese from TVR Zorro.
I'm Logan from Xoundam, and I like Monster Cat and music, and that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, special guest Xoundam over here. Blind Euphoria and Adam are not joining us for this one, unfortunately. They've got other stuff to do. So I was like, you know what? Why not have a new person on here to make things a little more interesting? So usually what we do is that we'll talk about the most recent stuff that came out
Yeah.
prior to our last episode. So, thing from No Taker's song all the way down to Bishu's EP.
Okay.
That's what we're aiming for. So, do you want to start with a No Taker song, or do you want me to start?
You can start.
Okay. So, and apologize, I'm sick a little bit. I have a cold, but so No Taker song. Let's see. I like it. I don't think it's. I think his style is really starting to grow off of me. He has a lot of the same sound,
Yeah.
and it's getting really old. I wish he would change things up a little bit, make something more like Infinite, because I love
Yeah.
Infinite.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Stonebank's kind of happy hardcore
A little
phase.
bit. Except I'm not really that much of a fan of his happy hardcore.
I used to be, but it's kind of like Note Taker. I just got sick of it after a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's better than Into the Light, the last one before this. I think it's a lot better made because in
Yeah.
Into the Light, the drop is so fucking awkward. Like you have like the basic note taker thing, and then you have the drums like, and I
Yeah.
was like, that's weird. um, but yeah, otherwise, you know, and I like Eric Lumiere. I like his performance, even though it's fucking corny as hell.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about it, and I give it like a 5 out of 10.
Me personally, I almost hate it, actually. The first
Huh.
time I listened to it, I was like, what, why? It's just, I don't know,
That's
like,
my reaction too.
because, like, I personally enjoyed Into the Light. I thought it was great, but then I was like, ooh, new Note Taker. And then I played it, and I was like, wow, I've never been this disappointed. And yes, that may be harsh, but it's just, the voice was great, but, like, the overall drop was just boring, and the chords weren't that interesting, and I was just like, wow, this is very underwhelming from Note Taker especially. So
Mm,
that's pretty much my take on it.
yeah, I would have to agree with you there. So, what would you give it out of like a X out of 10?
Probably like a 4.5.
Okay, I
I
can see
mean,
that.
it could be better, but it's not like terrible. It's just it's
Yeah,
not my kind of style, I guess.
yeah, I totally agree. All right, so that's the note taker one for you.
Yep.
Um, we'll talk about his EP a little bit in a little bit. But next up is the big release of the month, Wherever You Go by Breaking.
Ooh. Yeah.
Everyone's creamed pants because Breakin' came back. All right. I've already released my thoughts on it, kind of a little bit. I want to go a little more in depth, but what did you think of it first?
I liked it, but it could have been so much better. Like it was a little slower than usual, and I guess like it's different and all, and he's trying to like reach out. But the first thing I thought was it sounds like a slower version of The Vine by Tristan,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, I mean it's good, but it's not playlist worthy. I wouldn't listen to it on a daily basis,
Yeah.
and it's just. I mean, I like Breakin'. He's a cool dude, I guess. But I wasn't necessarily disappointed. It's just I had higher expectations, I guess. So
Same here. I
yeah,
think what really killed it for me was the fact that it just it really just it sounded like something I would hear off of like Geometry Dash or something.
yeah,
Like if I were to go play it, I would expect that song to be on there. And that's like that's probably my biggest issue with it is that this dude takes 4 years not just off of the label but off of music in general, off of life. And he goes and he's like, I'm trying to find my sound. And he says these words on his Reddit too.
yeah,
He's like, I'm trying to find my sound. I want to, do all this stuff and that. And then 4 years later, he just, I don't know. I don't know what he was. I, I, it is so disappointing. I did have high expectations, and
yeah,
they were not met in the slightest. I did not like this song almost at all. The only thing I did like about it was that you can definitely tell Breakin' was still in there a little bit. You
yeah.
could like the piano was
Mm.
definitely reminiscent of like To the Stars.
Yeah, I really like To the Stars.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this is someone who's made some of the most popular EDM of all time. Flight. I'm not even gonna explain how big that song was.
Yeah,
Everyone's intros and outros. It's it's just I don't get it. I really don't. I guess he's just lost his steam.
yeah,
And I just didn't like this at all. And I'll give it like a I mean, he tried. You
yeah.
can
You get
definitely say he tried, but it just didn't come out well. And I'm giving it like a I'll give it like a 3 maybe.
I'd give it like a 7 maybe.
Really?
Yeah, I
Okay.
like it. It's just I had higher expectations that I guess were too high, but I think that's just me. But
Yeah.
like as a song, I'd give it a 7.
Okay. 7. All right. So the next song that came out, what was it? I think it was Poison, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Poison by Nonsense. One of the more interesting releases of
it's definitely unique.
Yeah, definitely. I think I mean for Nonsense it's unique. I think compared to Heroes, this is the more
Yeah,
interesting. I like that they're branching out on both sides of the label and
yeah,
not just sticking to one side. But um I think this one is just a little bit generic. I think there's things that could have been improved upon.
well,
One of
yeah,
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 um mainly the the first drop. I mean, I like the first drop, and I guess this could be said for the third drop too.
hmm,
But I felt like that could have been a little better, just a little
yeah,
bit. And the off drops too are a little basic, at least to me. That second drop though, that was pretty banging. I like that.
yeah,
And honestly, I'd probably give it like a 5. I would say.
mm,
but it's closer to a 6 than a 4, so I'll just leave it at a 5.
Okay. Yeah. I the first time I heard it, I really enjoyed it, but like you said, it could have been a lot better.
Hmm.
But for me, it's the complete opposite. I really like the first and third drop, but the second drop was just kind of weird to
Mm,
me because like all it is a kick drum and it's kind of empty and yeah.
yeah.
I just wish there was more to it.
Okay.
And I really enjoy it, and it's definitely different than usual, and I I like that. It adds to the song to me, just because they're trying to branch out.
Yeah.
So I would probably give the song like a 7 or 6,
Mm.
probably like 6.5, I think.
Okay. I always like every time the second drop came in, it always put me back to like Kuro, like some of
Yeah,
their older stuff, like Savage, and even some of
yeah,
their newer stuff too, like 1,000 Cuts. Like that's what that second drop kind of put my mind back into. But yeah, overall, could have been better, but at the same time, it could have been worse. So who
yeah. It
knows?
could have been a lot worse.
Yeah. Oh my lord. All right. So yeah. Next track. What was it? I forgot. Oh yeah, Wishes.
Wishes.
Fucking
Yeah,
Grant. So let's see. For the most part, I like Grant. I like some of his bow tie stuff. His newer stuff is pretty good. I love The Edge and Fall.
yeah, yeah.
And his
I
Uncaged
love.
stuff is fucking great. I didn't like Castaway. Um,
I did, but that's just me.
oh yeah. I don't know. I just eh. But this one is like if he brought a little more. He brought a lot of euphoria to this one compared to Castaway. And I think that the message behind the lyrics and the overall feel of it and the structure too, because like the intro is fucking 2 minutes long. I thought it made it a lot thing, or I said, yeah, I can't speak today.
It's
It
okay.
made things a lot more interesting, and I liked it overall. I really liked. I mean, I don't think it's perfect. I'm hesitant to call it great. I
Oh yeah.
I I uh I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't really have any like major problems with it, or any minor ones either. It's just like it's good, and I was impressed. That's where I leave my 7 out of 10s. So I give this one a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. For me, it's probably the exact same thing, except it's just kind of basic for Grant. I feel
Yeah.
like it had a lot of potential, and I'm not saying I was disappointed or like overwhelmed or anything, but it's just really basic. Like I would listen to it, but I probably wouldn't listen to it for more than 2 times
Mm.
in one day. So,
Yeah, I can see that. I
uh,
think the complexity, yeah, the complexity was put more into the lyrics and probably the music video too,
yeah,
more than
I
like the actual melody. Because keep in mind, this is a song he's been working on for like 2 years now. So, and this would have been back when he released like Starship and Are
yeah.
We Still Young? So I kind of have to.
You just cut out. Well, uh,
Sorry about that. God damn it. My grandma called,
yeah, it's
and it
fine.
always cuts off the chin. But yeah, I apologize. Anyway, as I was saying, complexity, because, like, again, I have to put myself in that mindset of 2017 Grant. And
Yeah,
it's just, that's just how I feel about it personally. But yeah, solid 7 out of 10 for me. Good song, it did impress me.
yeah, same. I'd give it a 7 out of 10 as well.
Awesome. Which leads us to the Monday afterwards, which was, fuck, I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, Maxima by Pixel
Yeah.
Terror. Sorry, I've been awake for an hour and a half. um, but yeah, Maxima, probably my favorite Uncaged song this month. I like Pixel Terror. I can't say that I love them for songs like Contra and Ultima, but because I'm infamous for really not liking Contra. It's one of my least
Yeah.
favorite songs of last year.
Ooh.
But shut up, dog. But anyway, I uh, I like this song quite a bit actually. It's probably one of my favorites from them. I like that even though it would be classified as dubstep, it it sounds almost experimental.
Yeah.
Like it has a very experimental feel to it, and I really like that a lot. It I like the drops. The drops are really nice.
Mhm.
The off drops are interesting. There's like this doesn't apply to Pixel Terror like specifically, but there's like these little sounds that will be added that sound like really weird in a song, and I just
Yeah.
love that kind of shit sometimes. Like during the drop, you hear this like, "Duh."
Yeah.
I love that. That's greatness. All right, and um, whoever does the vocals for them, I like that too. Um, and I don't really have much else to say after that. But yeah, it impressed me. Enjoyed it overall. 7 out of 10 for me.
Um. Yeah. That's pretty reasonable. But for me, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't anything spectacular. I
Yeah.
I really I really enjoyed Contra, but that's me personally. Um.
Okay.
And Ultima was pretty good. Like, um, I really I really think that they're kind of a hit or miss.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, that's I didn't mean it in the meme way. So,
No, you're good.
but it's just like whatever. I don't know how to say it. Machina or whatever.
Machina.
Yeah, that. Um, that one I really can't stand that much.
Really?
I don't know why. It's just it doesn't appeal to me. And
Huh.
Ultima was kind of the opposite. Like I really liked it, but it wasn't anything spectacular. I could tell it was experimental, and that's part of the reason why I enjoyed it. And now it's Maxima. Maxima, I feel like it's kind of a downgrade from uh, Ultima,
Hmm.
but that's just me. I mean, I love the drops, but the off drops kind of ruin it. I don't like the kind of auto tuned vocal that they
Oh
have.
yeah.
Usually, like in Ultima, it kind of worked, but in Maxima, it doesn't really do that for me. But the drops are great. I like the drops.
Okay.
So I'd probably give it like maybe like a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay. I can see that. I mean, Maximus not really anything that spectacular to me either.
Yeah.
It just impressed me, just personally. Cause
Yeah.
cause I thought Ultima was okay.
Yeah.
I'm not really a fan of those like sort of I don't even know what to call them, but like the first drop of that song, I'm not really
Yeah.
into that kind of dubstep,
Yeah,
which is
I
kind
can
of
see
like what a boss fight Sovereign was a little bit.
that.
But yeah, that's all I have to
Me
say about
me personally, I like that kind of dubstep because like you can tell it's not like the usual. They're trying to experiment
it. Yeah.
and that kind of thing. But like for me, I feel like since Contra, they've been, taking steps down and then back up and then down again. Like this wibbly wobbly, teeter totter, you could say, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Cause
that's when you
like,
know when they're experimenting,
yeah,
and I like it. You know, I like that they're trying when
yeah,
there's artists something they don't try or that they feel like they don't try, and it's
yeah,
just I don't know. But yeah, that's if that's our final thoughts on Maxima.
it
We
is.
okay, then we can move on to what was it? I forgot. Oh yeah, about us, the
Oh,
Zero and FTKS featuring Winter. So, for those of you who haven't listened to the radio since 2016, I don't know how to explain this to you. But this sounds like radio music.
yep,
Something like I would. It's not like as obnoxious, I guess, in a way. I mean, the vocalist sounds generic. The sound is generic. A lot of it is very generic. But
yes,
and I find it kind of strange that it's on a label like Monster Cat.
yeah,
But I don't know. That's just me. I mean, I it doesn't sound like shit. I can at least say that. It just sounds kind of boring and again generic.
yeah.
So I'd probably put it at like a 4, maybe.
For me, I listened to half the song and I was just like, you, like
Ew.
maybe some of you are gonna hate me for this, but it's just I can't stand that kind of pop. Like that one Shadows by Aerochord. I could not stand. Like it's kind of like that where it's that basic, beat and then just that basic melody that repeats over and over again.
Mm.
And that's why I don't listen to the radio. And it's just I think it's just personal.
Shut up, dog.
It's kind of I think it's just me, but I can't. Maybe it'll grow on me, but it's not.
Yeah, I totally see where you're coming from. You know what, dog? Shush. Be quiet. Go look who it is. Go. Jesus, I can't stand this fucking dog sometimes. All right. So we're done with generic song number 237, and we'll move on to what was it? Oh yeah, "You Rise" by Xylem. Shush. Be quiet. I'm gonna bark at you if you don't stop. Pepper, stop it. Be quiet. Come here. Never. Oh my god. Alright. I'll try to talk over the dog barking. Okay, so You Rise. I was impressed. I know. And I was impressed by this one. I thought it was quite, holy shit. Alright, how about you start?
Okay. You Rise. I really enjoyed. I don't think it's Xylan's best though, but it's pretty good
morning,
for
sir.
what it
Can we
is.
use your attention, please, when you can stop?
That's all you had to say about it?
Yeah, I don't know. It sounded like there's a. I think this phone is breaking. Oh. So Xylan, I mean, I really liked Boss Wave and his other song Run. Me personally, I like those more than You Rise. But You Rise is pretty good the way it is. But I just feel like it's not as good as his other songs. And the structure of the song is, different, and I appreciate that. Something different, because like the kind of orchestra thing at the end, that was pretty neat.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'd give it like a 7 or 7.5 out of 10. Just because it's Xylan, and Xylan has a lot of potential.
Yeah, I would put it there too. That would be my consensus on it. At first I was like, I mean, it's whatever. It's Xylan. But the song itself, I like it. It's pretty good. I was impressed. And coming from a guy who's been disguising his Tokyo machine for the past like 3 years, it impressed me.
When I heard about that, I was hyped.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was just interesting. But yeah, I like what he did. And it's definitely my second favorite song of the month, probably.
Yeah. I'd probably say it's my third, to be honest.
Oh, okay. Neato. Alright. And that leads us to the last thingamajig of the week, which was Hallie to Callie. I can feel the pain on this one.
Yeah. I was severely disappointed with this one. Like, Bishu has so much potential, but I think it was just like, I like.
This here's deaf. This here's shut off, so I can only hear out.
You wanted to say something?
No.
We want to teach you how to make a patty. Oh. So it's going to take you 10, 15 minutes at the most.
Oh, jeez. Alright, well, yeah. Did you already...
I stopped because I didn't know what was happening, and like my phone was broken, and like the speaker's really weird, so it just sounded like a bunch of white noise. So I'm kind of wondering what's going on.
Oh, well, it doesn't sound like white noise over here. You're fine.
Okay.
So
I was severely disappointed with this. I liked probably only two of the songs on the EP itself. Um, Diamonds and Get to Know Me. All the
Mm,
other songs were just utter trash in my opinion.
mm, yeah.
And Get to Know Me was mediocre at best. I really liked the drop, but everything else was just kind of eh. And Diamonds is the kind of stuff I like from him. I really liked Rituals, and when I listened to Diamonds, it kind of reminded me of that just a little bit.
Mm,
And like, I just like that kind of style he has. But like, Way Up, I could not get into at all. And
mm,
it's that Way Up is kind of like the style that I can't get into, which I think it's just me. But I mean, I can see how somebody else would enjoy it.
yeah.
But I I just it's painful for me.
Um, honestly, the entire thing was just kind of like, it was a big eh.
Yeah.
There were songs on there that I didn't like, and there's songs on there that I did. Um, you know, songs I didn't like were No Fronts and God, what was the other one? I think Way Up was the other one.
Yeah.
Way Up is way too basic for what it is, or what it
Yeah.
should have been, I should say. And No Fronts is just awful. I think he was trying to like create two different melodies, one of which being the bass
Yeah.
of the thing, and it just didn't work at all. Yeah. And another thing, what was it? What was the other one? Blind Spots.
Yeah, Blind Spots.
Blind Spots is my favorite off the EP. Of course, the vocals are like the worst thing about it, because
Yeah.
it's like, and I think he's like a little bit self-aware about it too. Like, he always mentions his SoundCloud rapping.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exactly, for someone who dabbles in SoundCloud, I would know. Yeah. But yeah, the overall, I like the overall song. It brought me back to Rituals.
Yeah.
And I love Rituals. It's probably my favorite.
Yeah, same, to be honest.
So
And a lot of people really don't like Rituals. And I can understand that, but like for me, it's probably one of his best.
yeah, I would say so. Would I? Yeah, I guess I would. But then, and then there was Control. I mean, even though that came out in like January,
Yeah.
might as well talk about it here since it's on the EP. And I thought it was okay. I think Control's okay. It's like the instrumental and everything is fine, but the vocals are not good. I think no. And I even my ranking for that thing is up already, and I already had like someone comment, Angelique's vocals were really good. I liked them. And I'm like, what song were you listening to? It sounded like she was fucking bored and tired the whole time. I gotta take it all the way to heaven. And I'm like, who thinks like I don't get it. But yeah, I did not like her at all. She needs to get out of here. But yeah, Control's okay. Get to Know Me, I like it. It's nothing special, but I like it. And Blind Spots is alright. But Blind Spots is a goodie-o. 6 out of
Yeah.
10, I would say. I think the only one I haven't talked about yet was Diamond. And I think that one's interesting.
Yeah.
I think it's better than Control. Not as good as the other two, I think. The first and the fourth drops are really interesting, I would say. The drops in between those are just kind of to me.
Yeah.
I find it more interesting than the other ones. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about it. Overall, it's a fine EP. I mean, there's surely going to be fans of it. You know, what kind of
Yeah.
Monster Cat song doesn't have a million people loving it? But yeah, it's fine. At least you tried something new. I can at least say that. And he's a little self-aware about it too, which makes things a little more reassuring, I guess.
Yeah.
So I would give it about, overall, I would give it good, maybe like, probably good, probably good, a good, out of 10. A good, that's a yikes. I'd give it like a 4 or 5 out of 10, I guess I would
Yeah.
say. I'd have to do the math on that, but 5 out of 10.
As a whole, I like I said, and it was just, and I only liked 2 songs from it. So I would probably say I would give it, because like Get to Know Me was okay. I really liked Diamonds, but that's just me. So if I kind of count it all up, I'd probably give it like I don't know, like 6, just because
6.
I really like Diamonds. Diamonds was good, but it's just the rest of the EP was
That was great.
Right side.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
I don't know if you hear those buzzing noises or not.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh, okay. Those are my phone notifications. But yeah. So anyway, since that week is entirely done, we went through all the songs and everything. Whoop-de-doo, we did it. Yay. Kazoo plays. How about let's talk about some upcoming releases that may or not have heard. May or may not have heard. I don't know. I know quite a few that are coming out sometime soon. First of all, you're gonna say something?
Well, you go ahead. I don't care.
Okay, so tomorrow. Today is the 31st, by the way, just for reference.
Yeah.
Tomorrow is Fool's new song, Carry On, featuring the one and only lovely Holly Drummond.
Oh, you have no idea how hyped I am for that.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for that too. I like Fool's stuff for the most part.
Yeah.
And yeah, can't wait to see what it does. And the day after that, I believe the Mr. Fiji song comes out with Matt Van.
Yeah.
And he's also coming back. The nostalgia hat again, or like the like the old timers hat, like people who've been there for years. They're like, holy shit, Mr. Fiji Ouija, cannot wait. What else we got? There's this new. We're gonna get a new artist soon called. His name is Midranger.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, it was on the Reddit, and I was just looking through, and it was like, oh, okay, he got a deal signed with the label, and it was like, oh, okay, so we'll expect something from him sometime, maybe soon, if not in the summer. But yeah, he's got something up his fucking sleeve. What else? I know there's more, but I can't think of it. Oh yeah, the Note Taker EP. That's coming out. Pathfinder. I'm sorry, it's called Path.Finder. Because there's a dot in the middle. Just to annoy me. and I mean, it's clear that Into the Light and each other are gonna be on there.
Yeah.
And maybe even The Storm. I don't know. I'm not really that hyped for it.
Yeah,
I'm really sick of his style, so who knows?
I mean,
maybe he'll change things up in the EP itself.
I really liked The Storm because it was a little gritty, yes. And I really hope he makes something like that, a little more uncaged, And if he does, and it's on EP, then I'm at least a little hyped for it. But so far, out of Into the Light and what's it called? Each Other. So far, I'm not a fan.
Okay.
So that's just my take on it.
Okay.
Do you want hamburgers there tonight? You guys?
Sure. Yeah. I agree with you there.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of what else comes out. Oh yeah. Fool also has an EP as well.
He does?
Yeah. It's like a I forget the name of it. It's like I don't remember the name of it, but he has Timekeeper or something. I think EP is called Timekeeper EP. But yeah, he's got that, and Carry On is going to be a part of it, obviously. And I think Fowler is coming back sometime soon. He's posted some kind of not teasers. He posted previews of songs that he's been working on, and so I'm expecting something from him, at least in the month, because I'm curious. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to think off the top of my head. Oh yeah, Protostar has a new thing in April. And interestingly enough, it's coming on Instinct. So
what?
Yeah.
At least he's trying something new, I guess.
Yeah. So that's going to be interesting. April 9th, I believe, it comes out, which is like the next Tuesday from this week. He posted like a picture of it a while ago. And then, let's see. I'm trying to think here, because I know there's like a lot more that I'm forgetting. And I just can't think of it for some reason. AU5 is a new thing, I think. I'm going off the top of my head here. I think there's a new. I think there's gonna be new. Well, obviously there's gonna be new boss fight. I mean, why wouldn't he, right? So new boss fight. I'm just gonna predict it now. New boss fight. But yeah.
Reese, I need a towel for the bottom of the.
So yeah. That's all I can really think of off the top of my head. So that's coming.
Yeah.
And then one more thing. Monster Cat posted a little teaser of there's a new person coming or something. There's a new song. And they posted this like 30-second video on Twitter and Facebook. And a lot of people say that it's just a no. And even though he does have an album coming out sometime in the future, he on Monster Cat, I don't get that vibe from the video that they posted. It feels more like some sort of like a
Another towel,
like
please?
I don't know, like some sort of it doesn't feel like Justin, is what I'm saying. It feels like someone else. And I can understand why people say Justin No, but I just don't think it's Justin No. Even though he has an album coming out. But whatever, that's just me. I'm rambling.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I can think of right now in terms of upcoming stuff.
You want to know what would be really cool? If 23 released another song.
Oh man, that would be interesting.
Yeah, and
Do they still do music?
I don't think so, but like imagine if they just suddenly came back out of nowhere.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, that would be.
It would only add to, the artists that have been gone for several years and come back, sort of pattern that they're going for this year.
Yeah. And also, I mean, I would be even hyped about one Up coming back because I mean, back in the day, One Up.
Oh, One Up. Oh.
Yeah, back in the day. I don't mean to be an old man here, but he was the bomb, man.
Back in my day, One Up was the biggest son of a gun I ever met. No. But yeah. It'd be interesting if he came back. One Up.
Yeah. I mean, I would be hyped for it.
And then he'd be eaten by Mario. But anyway, not the point. But yes. I think that is it for everything.
That is it?
Yeah, I think so. We talked about all the releases, talked stuff. Yeah, I think that's it. Might be. We usually have something else to talk about. If you've got anything that you want to talk about with me personally. Any like albums you like or EPs or something?
Well, I mean, there. You probably already talked about it, but
You guys later?
and I don't want to like redo anything that you've already talked about.
Well, what is it?
It's the boss fight EP, the Next Wave.
Next Wave.
And also Metaphysical by Slippy. But that's something that we don't need to do.
I mean, we can. I mean, we haven't talked about the boss fight EP on here yet, since that came out in Feb.
Well then, do you want to talk about it?
Sure, we got time.
Okay. I
So
I, I know
you
you're not.
start since I'm not a huge fan of it, but you start since you love it.
Okay. I know you're not a huge fan of Boss Fight in general, but I'm like the complete opposite. He's probably in like my top 3 favorite artists of all time. Like I really like the whole like banger feel, you know, just like headbang. Try not to headbang, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um,
I
and
get
I feel like the EP kind of did that extremely well for me. But that's just um. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say for the EP. Um, the only one is that's kind of weird is Heat. I really like the distorted guitar, you know, but the drop is just kind of just like all over the place, and
Okay.
I'd say it's probably like my least favorite from him because usually I really liked um the rest of his songs, but Heat was just kind of, you know, put together. It sounded like it was put together in like 2 seconds to me.
Mm, okay.
Like it was really sloppy, but I liked his other songs, like Work and stuff. Like no sleep. That's probably his best in my opinion. I really like No Sleep. I liked
Okay.
the vocals. The drop was, um, you know, it goes hard,
Okay.
but that's just me. And I know I kind of just brought this out of nowhere, just, you know,
You're fine.
and yeah, that's pretty much it.
Uh, I don't love Eve. I can I can like it if I were just like, I don't care, I'm gonna headbang to something. Headbang to some my phone is
Yeah.
big. Um but yeah, that would probably be one that I go that I go to. This phone is being weird. But yeah, um my favorites are definitely the intro and outro. Um I really like those.
Um,
Mo-
the
most of,
the intro was kind of just an intro, but the outro, like, it was full length, and yeah, I
oh
really
yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
outro was almost like a song by itself,
yeah,
and I thought that was really interesting. Um, and the outro was probably my favorite out of the whole out of the whole thing. This phone is being weird. Wait, give me a second. Can that work now? Okay. So sorry about that. Anyway,
it's okay.
um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, my least favorites on here are No Sleep, You Got Me, um, probably probably Next Wave.
It's funny because the ones you don't like, I love.
Yeah, that's how it is with a lot of people.
Except for Next Wave. Next Wave was pretty mediocre at best.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
feel,
Virus Syndicate. Like I don't like him at all. His
yeah, I mean, I can see where he's coming. You know, he's trying to branch out, I guess you could say. Like the
yeah,
song itself says I'm a killer on grime, I'm a killer on these genres. When he didn't really add anything to the song, I think he kind of took away from it.
yeah,
So I mean,
and
at
a
least
lot
he's
of
trying to, you know, branch out. So
at least a lot of stuff. And it's funny because a good like half of all the request rankings that I've gotten, a good half of those have at least one song with Virus Syndicate in it.
Ooh.
And I'm just like, oh my god, stop sending me Virus Syndicate. Like the Eliminate EP that I talked about last week.
Yeah.
Or was it this week? It was this week.
Yeah, the Cyber Whale.
Yeah. What else had Virus Syndicate? There's others that had Virus Syndicate. I was requested the Odyssey album by Barely Alive. And
Ooh.
that has Virus Syndicate in it. Fine.
It does?
I think so. I could be wrong. I think it does.
I can't remember if it does.
Yeah, it was like, God, I hate the one thing that I don't like at all is just the way he starts the song. Like he'll shout the artist's names. He'll be like, "Yo, it's a Virus Syndicate.
Yeah.
Eliminate. Disciple."
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Well,
okay,
MC Moda did that in a Gunslinger.
he did, but he did it in a less obnoxious way.
I guess.
In like Virus Syndicate, he does it in the most obnoxious way. Like it's in your face. It's like, look at me, it's Virus Syndicate. And insert artist name here. And even now and then, insert label name here. Disciple. Monstercat.
I mean, that's pretty accurate, but...
But yeah, I just don't like that from him. It's like, boss fight.
Boss fight!
But yeah, there's like stuff. Oh yeah, I was requested the Company EP, or Metropolis EP by Company, and that has the Virus Syndicate in it.
Oh, not nice.
This Virus Syndicate, Company, and it's like holy shit, it gets old really really fast.
Yeah.
But that might just be me though. I don't know. But yeah.
I mean, it's kind of the same for me though, because I feel like it's just overkill if they announce the artist names.
Yeah.
So it's not only you, but I don't hate it. I just kind of just like, oh, this again.
Oh, this again.
You know,
Yeah.
It's just repetition. It doesn't like trigger me or anything.
I mean, it just gets really old. Like
Yeah.
It's unnecessary almost. And I guess it's just there to like build the hype up, I guess. But
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, usually it doesn't do a great job because all you're doing is just announcing the artist name.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been rambling on about this for
Yeah. Long story short, Virus Syndicate. Change your shit sometime, alright? Come at me, bro. Oh my god. Last time I had half an orange try and come at me, but they didn't. So come at me, Virus. I'm kidding.
What'd you say about half an orange, man?
Last time me and Blind Euphoria talked about the Mostly We Grow EP.
Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I didn't like that EP as much as I wanted to.
Yeah.
But
and we were talking shit about Giving Up. One of the songs on there.
I liked Giving Up, but it was just kind of the drums that were too obnoxious.
Oh my god, yes.
Everything
the
else
drum.
was fine, in my opinion.
I don't like that song at all. I hate it so much. It's baffling to me.
I think like I liked Left Behind, Old Friends, and then probably Giving Up. It's just the drums kind of ruined it because they're a little too obnoxious.
Yeah.
But I mean, I
God.
can't really think of another word for it. That's all that comes to mind. Obnoxious.
It is
I mean,
obnoxious.
they're kind of in your face. And
yeah.
The side chain kind of just ruins it even more because you can obviously hear it go ah.
Oh yeah.
But other than that, I liked it. But
It
Those are probably. I didn't like the other two songs on the EP, but that's that. Yeah.
wait, which one?
Buzz Lightyear and End of the.
Oh,
Those
I
those two.
like those better, honestly. Like, even though they're a little more basic, I would take basic any day over obnoxious and boring.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's
I
what Giving Up was to me, just boring. And it had no purpose. And the music video itself was almost contradictory to the message of the song itself. Because it's like, you have this message of trying, because life is a pain in the ass, right?
yeah.
And, it's just like, go through the tough times of life and you'll make it out good, right? But it's just the lyric. One of the lyrics is like, just trust life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's just so lazy to me. And I talked about this in the last episode. It's just lazy to me. Like, that's like the laziest message you can just come up with. Just trust life. Maybe that's just me. But I just didn't like that at all. It was just...
I didn't mind it. But it's just, yeah, like I said, the drums.
I hate the drums too.
That's all that bothers me about the
The
song.
fucking clicking. I hate that. God, that was so obnoxious. I don't know what they were thinking with that. They were like, let's just fuck around with the drums.
I mean, I respect Half an Orange, and like, they're pretty hit or miss, but I mean, the EP itself was alright at best.
Yeah. My favorite ones would have to be Old Friends and Left Behind. Not because they were pre-released, but because they were actually good. But yeah, I just... But yeah, that EP was... It was interesting.
Yeah.
Curious to see what they come up with Mostly We Grow Part 2. Because that's a Part 1. So yeah. Who knows? Maybe they'll improve. Maybe they'll get worse. I don't know.
I'm hoping they improve.
Oh yeah, definitely. I hope they improve.
I really hope that they leave their kind of acoustic style and go back into like, I mean, they did it right in Old Friends, but like all the other songs were, I mean, Given Up was good until the main chorus. But like Buzz Lightyear and End of the Moon, I didn't really like that kind of acoustic, kind of country. I don't want to say country because that's kind of offensive.
No,
But
you're fine. It does have a country vibe to it.
yeah, I wish they would go into their kind of future bass the way they did with I don't know how to say his name, Inukshuk.
Inukshuk, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they would go further into that kind of style because I liked that future bassy kind of thing that they did in Left Behind. So I hope they go more in depth with their future bass.
Yeah. If more songs like Old Friends and Left Behind, I'd totally be on board for that.
Yeah.
It just kind of felt like it felt like Old Friends was like a one-hit wonder to me, a little bit. And every song after that was just kind of like not up to that level, I would say. Even with Left Behind. Like, I like that song, but I don't think it's as creative or, as smooth as Old Friends is.
Yeah.
Especially for Half an Orange standards. So, I don't know. It's interesting to see what their mindset is sometimes. That's a brain fart. That came out of my mouth. But anyway. Anything
So,
else you got?
no,
No?
not at the moment.
That's it?
Yeah.
Alright. Well, it's nice to have you on here.
It was nice to be on here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said that right, but
Oh, they usually say it. Thanks for having me on here.
oh,
And I'd be like,
no,
oh, no problem.
thanks for having me on here.
you're no problem. Oh yeah, but yeah. Thanks for tuning in. I'll probably have this uploaded by like Tuesday, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe depends, because my month this year is fucking ridiculous. But yeah. Next time we'll talk about the full EP, maybe, or just the full song. Protostar song, Mr. Fiji Ouija song, all that fun shit. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in, and see you next time.